Good morning. Witamy. Welcome to the Polish Museum of America and the national headquarters of the Polish Roman Catholic Community of America. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Consul General of the Republic of Poland, Dr. Paweł Zyzak.
Dear Polish Americans, honorable guests, today we gather to commemorate the extraordinary life and legacy of Brigadier General Casimir Pulaski, a figure whose valor and sacrifice remain etched into the very fabric of both of our nation's history. Born and raised in Warsaw, Pulaski's early life was marked by steadfast determination to combat Russian expanding tyranny and oppression. In 1777, Pulaski's journey brought him to the shores of America, where he swiftly joined the ranks of the revolutionary forces. His leadership and courage on the battlefield proved instrumental in turning the tide of the Revolutionary War. Pulaski's dedication to the ideals of freedom, equality, and democracy was unwavering, culminating in his ultimate sacrifice on October 11, 1779, as he, a Pole, laid down his life in defense of American nation's independence. His famous words to George Washington, "I came here where freedom is being defended, to serve it and to live or die for it," embody the essence of his commitment to liberty. Pulaski's journey from Poland to America serves as a poignant reminder of the deep connections between our nations and the enduring spirit of friendship and solidarity that defines our relationship, so visible now through the steadfast partnership in NATO. And it is so happens that in less than 2 weeks, on March 12th, we will be in Kansas City at the Truman Library, together with the Hungarians and Czechs, celebrating the exact 25th anniversary of Poland's accession to NATO. As much as we draw inspiration from Pulaski's example, we should also remember General Tadeusz Kościuszko and his commitment to upholding the principles of equality between men, his pursuit of freedom for the enslaved and justice for those seen as a lesser on basis of their cultural difference. Kościuszko came with those abolitionist ideas from Poland, a country in Europe for centuries serving as a safe haven for those of faith different than Roman Catholic, like Lutherans, Jews, or Muslims. Those ideals remain with him until his death and have since been repeated in copies of his last will, where he ordered his wealth to be used for slave redemption. I have one good reason to mention Kościuszko right now. This year, Poland celebrates the 230th anniversary of Kościuszko Uprising and the outbreak of the last chapter of prolonged war with Russia. The defeat of the Kościuszko's army in 1795, facing a well-armed and numerically superior army, deprived of unallied help, led to the final collapse of Polish statehood and sealed the imperial status of Russia in Europe. I point to both those courageous men, Casimir Plowaski and Tadeusz Kościuszko, in hope I can install in every one of you the belief that the in-depth knowledge about those two Polish Americans should be included in the school curriculum, not only in the Chicago public school system, but in school throughout the wonderful state of Illinois and the whole of the Midwest. And I solemnly swear, if you follow through with the will to do so, Polish government and Polish diaspora will follow you in every step with funding. May the legacy of great Polish-American champions of democracy continue to serve us as a beacon of hope and a reminder of of the profound impact that individuals can have in shaping the course of history. Thank you.
Thank you, Consul Zyzak. If you're not aware, there's the Polish consulate has a small exhibit on the NATO in the back of the hall, so you can look at that as after the ceremony here. Thank you again.
A teraz ja tańczę. Broń!
We are very grateful to the Vasola dancers for doing that, as well as our other groups throughout the Chicagoland area who do the same. I'd also recognize also a young person here today, Marianna Mosh, Queen of the Polish Parade. Marianna is also in the dance group and is very much involved in the heart of the Polish community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to introduce our next speaker, someone who is new to the Polish community, who's new to the Polish Museum, but I strongly believe that he'll become an old friend here and will visit us many times into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mayor of the City of Chicago, Brandon Johnson.
Dzień dobry. I will be doing the rest of my speech in English now. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to recognize and thank all of the leaders who are here today who made this day possible, all of the elected officials and leaders of this incredible community, but I do want to give special attention to my colleagues, members of the City Council, Gilbert Villegas, Ruth Cruz, and our Vice Mayor, Alderman Walter Burnett. Would you please welcome them? I'm truly honored to be here with you all today to celebrate General Casimir Pulaski and all of the indelible contributions that Polish Americans and Polish people around the world have made to this tremendous city. From the earliest days, you have made incredible contributions to the cultural fabric and the demographic landscape of our city and our country. As many of you know, Chicago is home to the largest Polish population outside of Poland, and we are currently in the heart of what was once called the old Polish downtown. And this area has historically functioned as the capital of American Polonia and the headquarters of nearly every major Polish organization in the United States once clustered within this vicinity. And this is where folks came together to fight for Poland's freedom during its many fights for independence. And these are the traits which I have come to know that are so strong in the spirit of my Polish brothers and sisters. And General Casimir Pulaski showed bravery and skill and determination while fighting for freedom in Poland, while also fighting for America's independence. His heroic efforts on the battlefield earned him the title of Brigadier General, and he became the first commander of the American Cavalry. And known as the father of American cavalry, Pulaski inspired and empowered Poles both here and in Poland. His legacy and contributions are inspiration for people who are struggling for independence around the globe. And today, this tribute to Casimir Pulaski, you'll see these celebrations around the city and throughout Illinois and around the country are a testament of this tremendous and amazing human being. You know, I'm also grateful that one of Chicago's first sister cities, Warsaw, Poland. And I'm very proud that the city's long history and strong relationship with Poland. You know, whether it's celebrating the Pulaski International School in Chicago, Chicago's well-known Pulaski Road, the Polish Triangle, and this museum, which sits in the Polish Heritage Corridor. There's so much for us to be grateful for. We are grateful for Polish people around the globe for sharing their traditions, and of course, the delicious and authentic, amazing food, which I instructed my team to pack me up several boxes. You know, to me, many are unaware of this area's importance. but we're going to make sure as a city that we include the history of Polish people into the history of the city of Chicago. And as a former teacher, I think it's imperative that we educate people of the miraculous contributions of an incredible people. And we want to ensure that we have as much signage as possible so everyone knows exactly the contributions that Polish Americans have made to this city. And so we have to continue to make sure that we expand designations that make sure that Chicago sees the fascinating historical heritage of the Polish community that many people unfortunately are unaware of. So I'm also encouraging members of our Polish American community to continue to activate this city. I'm grateful that we have our Chief Financial Officer, Gio Jarowski, our Director of Veterans Affairs, Kevin Barsh, who are also part of my administration. But in order for us to build a better, stronger, safer Chicago, I need more Polish Americans to lean in, to apply, to get involved, because you have a place in my administration. And so again, we celebrate, we recognize the contributions of not just Casimir Pulaski, of all of our Polish leaders. It's important to keep the vibrant history and culture and traditions of Polish people alive for generations to come. So thank you all again, and kocham was.
Mayor Johnson, it is encouraging to hear your words of encouraging Polish Americans to get involved and get involved in government and get involved in the process and involved in the history. So on behalf of the Polish Museum of America, so you learn a little bit about Polish Americans, I'd like to present you a book that was authored by our board member, Victoria Bernetsky, Chicago's Polish Downtown. And you're in the neighborhood where the Polish community was born in the 1800s. Thank you so much again for coming. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.